Hi, this is Numeric Citizen. In today's video, I want to talk about how you can interact with social web from Micro.blog. Let's get started. First, let's start with a few explanations regarding the way you can interact with the social web from Micro.blog. So what you have to know is that Micro.blog is a service which is compatible with the Fediverse, which means that if you post something on your blog and then you are also following people on Mastodon or Bluesky, two examples of the open web, it means that somebody on Bluesky who is following you on your Micro.blog account, or if somebody from Mastodon is following you, they can interact with you by replying to your blog post, and you can reply back, which means that when you're using Micro.blog, you're not actually being confined within a silo. You are able to interact with other platforms like Bluesky and Mastodon. You can also interact with threads from Meta, but I'll focus on Bluesky and Mastodon because I believe they are more open than anything else. It means that as a blogger, you can build a community that is spread out on the internet. And I think it's pretty cool. And that's why I want to spend some time explaining to you how you can take advantage of that and some more. For this video, I'm going to use my own Bluesky account and also Mastodon account to simulate interaction between a post from me on Micro.blog from Mastodon or Bluesky. The other thing I want to tell you is that I'm going to do that on the Mac, and I think the best experience, the full experience that you will have with Micro.blog is by using the web browser, because if you are using the Micro.blog app on your iPad or on your iPhone or even on the Mac, you don't get the full experience of Micro.blog in a way that there is a few things that you won't be able to do because you're using the app. So this is why I'm going to use the web version of Micro.blog. The other thing is that I'm going to show you later in the video a great app that is fully compatible with Micro.blog and offers you a good experience of using Micro.blog from your iPhone, your iPad. This is what I'm going to show you later in the video. So I'm going to tell you a few more things. You have to configure your Fediverse compatible account or username on Micro.blog before you can make sure that your post from Micro.blog gets posted on Micro.blog. People can reply to them and see you as a Fediverse user. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Before going any further, you have to configure cross-posting between Micro.blog and Mastodon or Bluesky. Because when you are writing a blog post on Micro.blog, it will sit there and it will appear on your website, and that's it. If you want to interact with users on the Fediverse, let's say Mastodon, you have to cross-post your blog post from Micro.blog to Mastodon. It means that you need to have a Mastodon account. If you want to cross-post from Micro.blog to Bluesky, it means that you have to have a Bluesky account. So I think the idea of cross-posting your blog post to other platforms is one of the best features of Micro.blog. So to do that, it's very simple. First, you have to create your Bluesky account or your Mastodon account. And once it is done, you go back to Micro.blog and you go on the sources panel here on the left sidebar. You click on that. And then you take the RSS feed of your Micro.blog website, which you configure right there. And then you enable the cross-posting. And after that, you will enable the Mastodon cross-posting to your Mastodon account. And this is my official Mastodon account on the TechHub social instance. The same goes for Bluesky. This is my official Bluesky account, which is configured. And for each of those services, what I'm saying is that I want that microblog copy the entirety of my blog post to Mastodon and get any Mastodon reply back to my microblog timeline. It's the same for Bluesky. So this is the way to fully get the experience of interacting with users on other platforms. You can do that also with threads here. By clicking add, it will ask you to authenticate to thread, and then you will be able to do pretty much the same thing, I guess. I'm not sure if this is fully supported like for Bluesky or Mastodon, but again, I'm focusing on those two for now. Once it's done, here, if I go to my, this is my Mastodon page, timeline actually, and if I go to my profile here, this is the profile of Mastodon, and you see that I posted a few things this morning before recording this video, and this was cross-posted to my Mastodon account with a link back to my microblog website. And you can see here that there is nobody replied to me from their, nobody who are following me on Mastodon to my Mastodon account who saw that they didn't reply to my post. And so you can see that all my posts coming out from different services are cross-posted to my Mastodon account. It's the same for Bluesky. If I go to my profile, you can see that I do have a lot of cross-posting again. This morning I had the same post that was cross-posted to my Bluesky account. So if people are preferring to use Bluesky and they want to follow you from there, they can actually, and they just follow you as a your account on Bluesky, and then if you do your cross-posting, then they will be able to interact with you, and then I think it's pretty powerful. So that's it for now. What I'm going to do now is a post example and see what goes after that. Okay, now I'm going to create a blog post, and I'm going to switch to my microblog website, and I'm going to switch to the post here node and select the drafts, where any drafts are sitting there waiting to be posted on your website. I'm going to edit this draft here. And the first thing I'm going to do, because it's fun, I actually generated a summary with AI. So this is the summary. A YouTube video is being created to show microblog users how to engage with the social web with the release anticipated soon. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to cross-post that to my Mastodon account and also to my Bluesky account. I could cross-post to PixelFed, but there is no images in this blog post, so I'll disable that. Also, note that anything that I'm going to explain related to interacting with Fediverse users also apply to PixelFed. So if you have a photo-oriented blog and you cross-post your photos to PixelFed, any users who are following you on your on PixelFed and replying to you, you will see those replies from the microblog timeline, which is really cool again. But for this example here, I'm just going to disable that because, again, there is no picture. So this is what I'm going to post. It takes some time to publish on the timeline on microblog and also on the other services. And one note here is that from time to time, there is some issues where microblog will have trouble cross-posting to Mastodon or Bluesky or any other services. It's not always a problem on the microblog services side. Sometimes it's some issues on the other services side. And so it's kind of tricky. And I saw a few people in the past who were kind of frustrated by that. But I would say that this is a very unique value proposition on the web, and I'm thankful for the creator of Microblog to put that together. But again, you have to know that this is something that sometimes will take time to to fix when there's a few issues. So you see here, this is my post that is being shown on my Micro.blog timeline, and also this is the post that went to Mastodon. And the reason it shows there is because I'm following myself. I'm following my Mastodon account from Micro.blog, so I can see when a cross-post action is not taking place. If I go on the Mastodon here and I do a refresh of that, I will see that there is this is my post right there on Mastodon, and any users or any followers will actually see that, and they will think that it is coming from Mastodon, but it is not. So if I do a reply and I say, hey, you got, yeah, thanks for explaining all that, and I'll click reply, it will show up on my Mastodon account, but eventually it will come to my Micro.blog timeline, and I'll be able to see what's going on. So if I click on timeline again, you see there is a reply here. There is I see that this guy, which is me on Mastodon, wrote something like, hey, you got ya, thanks for explaining all that. If I go on the mention, eventually it will show up right there. It takes sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it works. And by the way, what you can see here is that from all those mentions that I've got here, there's a few coming from Micro.blog itself, because people on Micro.blog can interact with each other within the Micro.blog ecosystem, which again is pretty cool. If I want to see only those coming from Mastodon, I'll click on this little icon there, and you see that I tried this old thing a few days ago, where I replied to myself. And also you can see all the replies or mention coming from Bluesky. And this is the last one I got from a guy on Bluesky, which is pretty cool. So if I want to go back and see everything, this is what I'm going to see. So again, this is very, very nice, very, very cool. And I think it's very powerful for any bloggers who want to eventually build a small community around his blog. And that's pretty nice. Now, the other thing that is cool is that a user from Mastodon can follow you directly on Micro.blog, because Micro.blog exposes your Fediverse compatible account as if it was a Mastodon instance, but it is not. So I'm going to show you how, if I'm searching numeric citizen on Mastodon, I'm only looking for profiles matching that. You'll see that there's a few users with my with numeric citizen. The first one is the user from PixelFed. This is my PixelFed account. And again, PixelFed is pretty much a Mastodon instance, but it's focused on photography. There's also this is my own profile from Mastodon. And this is the Mastodon compatible profile page from my Medium account. And this is the actual Micro.blog compatible Mastodon exposed profile page, where I can look from being Mastodon. If I only care about Mastodon and I want to follow people from all around the world, this is what a Mastodon account is seeing from my Micro.blog profile page. And this is, and you can see that the post that I created a few minutes ago to demonstrate the interaction between Micro.blog and Mastodon is right there. And it was really posted from this web service, which is Micro.blog, and it's pretty cool. I could reply there, hey, hello, and then see how it goes. I should get a reply from Mastodon to my Micro.blog timeline. And so this is pretty cool. If I go back there in the search, there's also this, I kind of forgot in the past that I had a numeric citizen account on the official Mastodon.social instance, and I kind of forget about that, but I prefer to focus on Micro.blog. So that's the way people will be seeing me from there. Now, if I want to make sure that my Fediverse compatible account is configured correctly, you have to go to the account there, and then you'll go right there, and the Fediverse username, which is at numericCitizen@micro.blog, this is why it works, because this is how Microblog will expose my profile, my username to the Fediverse. And if I go there, I'll see a few details. This is my actual username. And what I want to do is that I want to send all the posts and replies to the Fediverse, so that when I'm posting on Microblog, and if my account is enabled if my Fediverse account is enabled, then it will also expose those blog posts as a compatible Fediverse user. And this is why people from Mastodon can follow me and see my posts from my timeline from their Mastodon account. And again, this is really cool. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show on the way you configure the cross-posting between Mastodon and Microblog, and how you can interact with those users on Microblog from a Mastodon perspective. So again, it's pretty cool. If you started watching this video from the beginning, you saw that I was waiting for a reply from my Mastodon account to my post from my Microblog. And here you can see that if I click on mention again, the page is refreshed, and I got a reply from this guy, which is me from Mastodon, did actually reply to myself, to my Fediverse compatible username, which is @numericCitizen@micro.blog. I can reply to that guy from there, and it will be cross-posted to Mastodon, and that's pretty cool. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that you can receive direct messages or private messages from people on Mastodon, and they will get to you on Microblog using this mention page here on the left sidebar. Those messages are right there. I did receive a few of them from time to time. And when you click on that, you will see, like in the old days of Twitter, you will see direct messages that appear here. And those messages, you can reply to those from your Microblog account, and they will get cross-posted privately to the Mastodon user. It's not a fully encrypted experience, though, so I don't see anything too private or sensible in that, because it's not encrypted. So that's the way you will see that appearing on there. Yeah, I mostly forgot that you can also mention a user on Mastodon from a blog post on Microblog, and so this is very simple. You can tag a Mastodon user from Microblog by using this @, and then if I numeric citizen, then it will show me all the known users that Microblog is aware of. So I can refer to this user, which is my real Mastodon user. Also, I didn't remember that I had a Mastodon compatible user on Substack, and I can refer to myself. I can also refer to Mantan, and Mantan is the creator of Microblog. So if I click on that, it will receive a mention from myself, which will appear in his mentions tab right there. So I won't do that right now. So again, if as soon as you mention somebody on other platforms, those people will be able to reply to you, and you will see those replies right there in this mention thing. The other thing I want to show you is that the notion of users is mostly related to humans. But those who are writing articles or blog posts on other platforms can interact with yourself on Microblog in a very specific way. If I go back in the account here node, and you will see that there is a section called Webmentions. And if I click on that, you will see a list of links which are incoming links coming up from other platforms that are supporting a kind of the Webmentions feature. And so you can see that when other people writing things that refers to something that you wrote on your website, on your microblog website, those will appear right there. So I'm doing a newsletter which is called the Ephemeral Scrapbook. And so in the last edition that came out on April 20th, I wrote something and I added a link that pointed to one of my blog posts. And so I can go and see where it came from with this. And I think that's it's another way of interaction between humans who are kind of interacting via their writings, and I think it's a pretty powerful thing. And I think people should know about Webmentions, which Microblog supports. Now, what if someone crosses your website while surfing the web? So let's say they find your blog, which is my blog here on Microblog, and they see those posts on this website, and they want to kind of reply to one of your blog posts, and this is another way for them to interact with you as a writer. If I click on this specific blog post, which I wrote this morning, which is about Glass, the photo sharing web service, people who are already on Microblog can reply directly from those little buttons at the bottom of a blog post. And they can, as soon as they sign in with their Microblog account or Mastodon or Bluesky, they will be able to reply directly from the blog post on your website. And I think, again, it's very convenient, it's very handy, and it fully completes the experience of interacting with someone who is a blogger or writer. And I wanted to show you how it is done. And it's pretty simple to configure, depending on the team, the visual team that you will be using. This is how it is shown on the website. And also, people can reply by email. If you click on that, you will kind of invoke the email, the default email on your Mac in this case, and you will be able to write directly from there to this user, provided that the user configured the email account to be used for that purpose. Now, for those who loves using RSS feeds to follow their favorite blog, they can do that as soon as you share your RSS feed, which is built in Microblog. And the RSS feed for my blog is this one here. So as soon as you use that in your favorite RSS feed reader, then you will be able to follow any blog post that I'm writing or sharing. So I'll be switching to Reader here, and you see all the sources where I'm sharing content on the web. And this is the RSS feed here for my Microblog website. And you see here, this is the last post I wrote today. If you want to interact with the author of this website, you go on the reader view in this case of reader. This is how it is done. Click on that and you will see the actual article that has been shared using the RSS feed. If you click on the title there, you will go directly to the website, and from there you will be able to again reply using your own microblog account or by email or by Mastodon. And so you will be able to do that right there from this website. So this is another way to interact with someone on the open web. And for those who are wondering why I follow all my publications, it's very simple because I want to make sure how it looks once it is published or cross-posted to other websites or services. And so this is, for example, if I want to look at my posts on Glass, this is how it looks. The same for blips on Scribble pages and so on. So it's pretty cool, pretty handy to do that. So yeah, that's the way you follow someone from an RSS feed. Now, one thing that maybe you didn't know if you are a microblog user, you can follow someone on microblog like if you were that user and you want to see his or her timeline, but using an RSS reader. And so if you want to see my timeline, so how I'm seeing the world through my microblog account, you can do so by using this public RSS feed, which is this one here. And as soon as you subscribe to that, you will see the same thing as what I'm seeing from my own timeline. And I think it's pretty cool. And I just wanted to drop this here so that you know, if you want to follow yourself on a RSS reader, that's the way to do it. Now, one more thing regarding applications that I'm using with Microblog and other services like Mastodon and Bluesky. For Bluesky, I'm using the original third-party application on the iPhone, which is the Bluesky application. On the iPad, since the Bluesky service doesn't provide yet a native iPad app, I'm using Skeets, which is a very nice Bluesky client. I'll put the link to the application page on the video description. For Mastodon, I'm using Ivory, which is a really nice application. They used to do that, a client for Twitter back in the days when Twitter was not under the control of Musk. And also for microblog on the iPhone and iPad, I'm often using the first-party microblog application, which is free, and then you can download from the App Store, or you can download directly from the microblog website. But I want to mention something very cool here, because since Microblog is an open web service, you can build an application and interact with Microblog APIs in order to display things differently. And I want to put some highlight on this very nice application, which that I like. The application is called it's Micro Social, and it's built from a pretty cool guy in UK, which is called Greg Morris. I'll put the link to his website also, and a link to the App Store for this application. I think it's the best experience on the mobile phone that you can have with this app. I think it's much better than the microblog application itself. And so if I can show you quickly how it works, you see the timeline as you pretty much expect from a social enabled website or service. And so I can scroll through my timeline and see my own post. And I can also do action on those specific posts where I can share, reply. If I click reply, I'll be able to reply to this guy from there. I can see that there is a mention right there. If I'm clicking on that, I will see that somebody replied to me, and other people also replied to me. I can see my original post, and then see someone who replied to me, and then I can reply to the conversation from there. I can see all the photos that I would see on my timeline, but in a compact view. If I click on that, it will show me those photos from my timeline. So it's more like Instagram baked kind of look, if this is something that interests you. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. And I can also search for people and using this search bar here, using the built-in microblog categories or topics. So that's pretty cool. You can also find people like Menton again. Sorry, Menton, if I'm always referring to you. I can see his post right there, and I can reply to this guy and see his replies to other people. So it's very nice app. I highly encourage you to take a look at this app again. I could not be more happy with this app, and I'm very proud to be supporting this guy. By the way, I'm not paid in any way to talk about this, but I really encourage you to have a look if you are a microblog user. Yeah, so that was it. Now, if you like this video, I will ask you a favor and go to my website and click on the guest book here and say hi and tell me how you like this video, or reply to the YouTube video description. I wanted to do this video for a quite long time, and I'm quite happy for what I wanted to say and how I can explain all those things. So thank you for watching to the very end. Thank you for being there, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos related to microblog. Thanks again, and see you guys for another one soon. Bye.